Nityanandam, my name is Ma Nityadugananda. This is my YouTube channel, Your Presence Heals. And today I want to share with you a fascinating way to get out of your guilt. See, last night I just conducted a session with a group of devotees in my spiritual community because every Wednesday I conduct this session called Living Enlightenment series, which is based on Living Enlightenment book written by my guru, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashiva. So during the session, it was a topic on guilt, and so many of them had so much of breakthrough in terms of the relief they experienced during the session. So I thought it'd be very, very beneficial for more and more people out there to get out of their guilt patterns and also the load of the guilt which weigh so much in their inner space, which creates such a load and burden that they can never really feel at ease or enjoy life. So first of all, let me explain what is guilt. Guilt is nothing but you reviewing your past with your updated intelligence. For instance, at the age of 10, you said something to your best friend and caused the friendship to break up. And then if you look at the incident now, based on the updated intelligence, obviously you're going to create guilt. You will feel terrible that you should have done that to your best friend and all that. But seriously, you need to understand at that time, at the age of 10, you acted based on your intelligence at that moment, at that age. So you should never review that incident based on your updated intelligence now. What you could do is learn the lesson that that incident can teach you, and then choose the lesson rather than carry the guilt. That means learn the lesson that life is trying to teach you, and so that you can eventually gain more intelligence and wisdom. Because all of us here are actually here to learn more and more lessons, so that we become wiser with more wisdom. So that is the first thing, and you should know that guilt is a sure killer of your intelligence. Guilt is like rocks, huge rocks in the mind that stop your flow of intelligence. Someone with a lot of guilt can be easily exploited by society, and he or she will never feel at ease with himself. He or she will always feel lack of self-confidence, and they will be seeking for a leader for guidance. Whereas if you remove guilt, you will simply be able to be a light unto yourself. You'll be able to seek your inner wisdom to guide yourself through life. So let's work on relieving all the guilt that you carry now. But before that, you need to understand what are the three types of guilt. The first type of guilt is guilt created by your immediate family. See, till the age of 7, when you're born till the age of 7, your immediate family, whether it's your parents or your caretaker, your grandmother, when you live with them, they impose certain conditionings or rules which cause you to create certain guilt in you. Like for instance, when you were young, your mom told you never play in the rain or else you will fall sick. And one day you didn't listen to her and you play in the rain, and she found out and you felt guilty because of not listening to her. So like this, only when you were young, we're given many rules by our immediate family, like we're not supposed to be enjoying ourselves, dancing freely and just be happy, enjoying and play wildly, because the immediate family or parents may say this is bad manners, this is disturbing, this is too noisy, and because of that you suppress your energy, your natural energy of joy and intelligence, because someone told you in a family never to become, not to express your energy freely. Because of the suppression, you create certain energy block in you, and not only that, if you continue to do that, it creates guilt because you're not listening to your immediate family. So either way, you are not going to feel at ease with yourself. So this is the first guilt created by the immediate family. So I want you to take a few minutes to pen down, go back to see what are the guilt created by your immediate family, by your parents, till the age of 7. Just take a few moments just to jot down what are the rules given to you and how you created certain guilt. Okay, so that is the first type of guilt. The second type of guilt, which was created by the society. From 7 to 14, the society started to impose a lot of rules in us, which created guilt. Because whenever there's rules, when you don't follow the rules, naturally you will feel guilty. One of the most common guilt created by society is in the topic of sex and how you feel about your body. See, when you don't have the right understanding, especially at that time during the puberty, when your body is going through so much changes, the hormonal changes, and you are curious about the changes which is happening in your body, but no one is ready to answer your question nor give you the proper guidance. Because of that, due to that ignorance or whatever that you did, and the rules given by the society, it creates guilt in you in the area of sex, gender. So that is one area that I often seen that individuals suffer from guilt due to lack of understanding on sex and gender, and also how they feel about their body. So that is one topic. And also when you're in school, there are so many rules given to you and what you should do and what you should not do, and obviously there are bound to be certain times where guilt get created, because whenever there's rules, you're bound to create guilt when you don't follow the rules. Okay, so the second type of guilt is guilt created by society. You can take some time to pen down also what are the guilts you receive from society. Okay, especially during the age where you also get bombarded by a lot of information from media, which is nothing but also part of society. So the bombardment from the media creates certain desire and fantasy, and then the lack of understanding and guidance make you make certain decisions which cause you to have guilt. So like this only, I like you to pen down guilt created by society. The third level of guilt is guilt created by yourself. See, till the age of 21, you will have accumulated guilt created by immediate family and the society. After 21, you started to become so deep-rooted with this pattern of guilt. You started creating guilt by yourself, which is the worst pattern to have, because it is literally like non-acceptance of self. You're not able to accept yourself, and you judge yourself and start creating guilt within yourself. Because by then you would have already created certain mental setup, and that mental setup makes you capable of creating guilt by your own self due to your own decision or due to your own thinking. Just thinking of something only, you can create guilt within yourself because you're not able to accept yourself for certain decision you make or certain things you did. Okay, so the third level of guilt is created by you, and I also want you to sit down and pen down those guilt you created yourself unconsciously. So you would have created a list of guilt based on these three types of guilt created by an immediate family, by society, and yourself. Now, with that, I'm going to guide you through a process where how you can actually liberate yourself from the load of those guilt you have been carrying all your life till this moment. I can tell you, if you have read or watched some of my past video, I was a cancer survivor. I had stage 3 cervix cancer. And when I traced back what are the mental patterns which created this cancer, I found that guilt was one of them. So understand that guilt surely not only destroy your intelligence, it can also destroy your health, because when guilt becomes such a load, it starts to create certain energy block in the body, and that energy block manifests itself as disease. So do not think too lightly of this important spiritual process of clearing yourself from all your guilt, all the guilt patterns. So now, let's enter into the process. So I want you to take a look at the list you created. Just have a quick browse through and then close your eyes. Sit with the back straight. If you can, wear eye band, a mask, so that you don't get distracted from anything outside, so that you can turn the awareness energy inside. So when you close your eye, align the whole back in one straight line. Feel comfortable seated in any meditative posture, and start reviewing in your inner space those guilt that you created unconsciously, whether it's by your family, whether it's by society or yourself. Just review them, and then with the awareness, see, anything when you infuse awareness, it's like a fire of consciousness. Use the fire of a consciousness, awareness, to burn away all the guilt. The moment you understand the lesson behind each guilt. In each guilt, it's there to teach you something, whether it's to become aware of the words you speak or whatever may be the incident. Learn the lesson and then use the fire of consciousness, your awareness, to burn that guilt away from your inner space. Visualize yourself burning those guilt away, one by one. Once you have already gotten the understanding of the lesson from that guilt and the incident. Okay? So that is the way you can actually start to consciously relieve yourself from the guilt. So relieving is relieving. When you relieve the incident, you relieve yourself from the load of those guilt, the past guilt, which you carry even till today. Burn that away so that you can feel this lightness of the being, the whole inner space getting liberated from all those high resolution files of those guilt and those rocks which stops the flow of your intelligence, the river of intelligence. You will simply be able to see so much lightness you feel inside you through this process. So that is what I really want to recommend, the moment you've finished, you can take about 21 minutes to go through that and really consciously burn away all the unconscious guilt which you have accumulated through your life. So at the end of the session, just give yourself a bow in deep gratitude for whatever that you have received, in deep gratitude for this knowledge that you have received and you have benefited, especially the source, who is none other than His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivan, to give us this beautiful technique of relieving ourselves from the load of our guilt. With that, I'd like to conclude this video. Thank you for watching. Just try this technique. You will see so much intelligence get awakened simply by dropping guilt. So drop the guilt, embrace intelligence. Thank you for listening. Nityanandam.